Hello, sacred beings of light and dark. Welcome back to week 15 of Solstice Echoes. The themes that have been coming up for me this week have been of dragons and keys to the heart. This made me reflect back on previous weeks where the dragons had come through. In fact, in week 8, I discussed or brought through the theme of reconciling self-love and perfectionism. I had been working with some erratic energy and was using this Shiva Lingam when I saw a dragon coming through a cavern. And then I did a drawing that included what looked like both an eagle and a dragon. And almost like this eagle dragon was protecting some eggs. And then I also did some sound healing with that regard. This time around, there were 3 things that came my way that started to tell me that this was again a topic to pursue. The first, perhaps, was this crystal, this subterranean nodule crystal that I purchased recently. And I was very interested in the formation on this particular crystal, which I wasn't quite sure what this was, whether it was a dragon or maybe a snake, or wasn't quite sure. But now I'm pretty sure it is a dragon. So this is the first thing that came into my field of vision. And I picked this up this week because I finally decided that it was a dragon. And the reason that I decided it was a dragon had to do with the game that I've been playing lately called Bubble Dragon, of all things. It's a recent interest. And in the game, you're trying to get combinations of bubbles together such that they will fall away and reveal a dragon egg. And in one level of this game, the dragon actually comes out and spits on some of these bubbles, which makes them fall away automatically. And by chance, it looks a lot like this dragon on this subterranean nodule. So that was the second thing that has come through, and I had matched up the 2. The third was a dream. And it didn't necessarily have dragons in it, but it had qualities that I'll talk about later with regard to the subterranean nodule crystal. The dream itself included the fact that there was something going on that was kind of hush-hush, but everybody knew about it. And everybody seemed to be looking for something. And I noticed that I had the keys to what people were looking for. And I was looking for it in a kind of a covert way. So I was trying not to draw my attention to myself. But I knew that I had these keys, and I seemed to be being guided toward how to use these keys. On the other hand, I also observed people opening boxes that appeared to be empty, but they were looking for the same thing that I was looking for. So this aspect of, this third aspect had to do with holding keys to something. But septarian nodule was the one stone that I was really attracted to this week. And in prior weeks, I think it was the same week that I had done the work with the dragon in the reconciliation of self-love and perfectionism. And I really got interested in what's called dragon blood crystal. And I went ahead and I purchased a dragon's blood crystal skull. And so now I want to talk about the different qualities that come through these two stones, and the keys that I just mentioned will start to make more sense. So the dragon's blood crystal that I became interested in since week 8 in the reconciliation of self-love and perfectionism. And this crystal empowers the heart center, brings in and centers scattered energies, allows focused intention, and amplifies the heart's intention. So, as a part of empowering the heart center, it's like an activation. And to me, it's like that's where the keys come in. It's like the keys, I think, in my dream have to do with the keys to my heart center, to activating those powers within my heart, and finding the courage to speak my truth, to be more authentic, to focus my intention with heart in the world. So I think that's where the keys are coming in with this aspect of the dragon and the dragon's blood crystal. This other septarian nodule dragon has qualities of grounding into our sensory connections. It drives our inner alignment, which in turn causes us to work on our shadow aspects, and provides a protective bubble around us as we do so. And I thought the fact that I had found a description that included a bubble, and the fact that I was playing a bubble dragon game, very funny. So these are the aspects that I'm trying to bring together to discuss the fact that it seems to be about heart activation, about aligning with our true selves. But as that happens, there's a possibility that our shadows are going to need to be cleared out before we can fully move forward with that. And as I think about that, coming back to the dragon's blood and the fact that this is the way to empowering our heart. One thing it notes about the dragon's blood is that it amplifies whatever is currently within your environment or field. And to me, the field is your heart center. So before those shadows get cleared out, you could be projecting more shadow aspects, and therefore may not want to work with dragon's blood until many of those shadows are cleared out, because it will amplify those other negative aspects. So that was just a little covered about that. So then I also drew a couple of cards with this regard from the Beyond Lemuria deck, which I thought were actually quite appropriate. One is called Home, and there is that heart center, that feeling of home within ourselves, of allowing that to open and projecting that forward. And similarly, we have unique gifts. And again, that seems like the heart center is right there. And this alludes more to what I discussed in week 11 about honoring our sacred fire. It's a way of, I think, between the two, of honoring that sacred fire in our sacral belly area, and in combination with the heart center, really can empower us into life in ways that are more true to who we are. And this brings me back to the dragon's blood crystal and the fact that I've been working with imagery to describe more of the qualities of crystals, and that there was reference to the connection between the soul, the body, the mind, the heart, and how those connections together will better serve us through the use of this particular crystal. So I think I've covered all that I wanted to talk about, and I thought that we could also do some mudras this week to support this activation of the heart center that would allow focus in a more true fashion to ourselves. So for the activation, we have the fingers down and the thumbs touching, and this is at the belly. Let's see. So it's these knuckles and then the thumbs. And I'm going to put this at my belly, and I'm going to tone as I have in the past. In doing this activation, I first felt the fire in my belly just being grounded and pulled downward, as if I was softly blowing on it. As I did the first or the second tone, it was if that fire was blown on more fiercely and reaching up to my heart center. there was an empowering sense as it burst into flames and reached upward. So that is the activation. Our second card here is focus. And it doesn't really say, but focus is done at, I'm thinking focus is done at the heart center. So this is with the fingertips together and like you're holding a globe. And settling into tone again. With this one, I think my intention was really around my heart center, and I really felt that energy going within there. And then I didn't think I was going to tone again, and the message I was receiving was rest. So resting in between, and with the subsequent tones, that idea between was to rest. So if to say to focus and to rest, or focus and reflect, but to go back and forth, or perhaps titrate between the energies of focusing and resting and relaxing. So I hope this helpful information this week was helpful for you, and these mudras will be supportive of your journey. As I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.